Detention Games. Spoiler. Chapters 1 through 3. You shouldn't be here after hours. That's what he said the first time he caught her in his classroom past dark. But the way his voice dropped, the way his eyes didn't move from the curve of her lips, he didn't mean it as a warning, he meant it as a dare. Rains, sharp-tongued and stubborn, walked into his class late on the first day with ink-stained fingers and a chipped black nail. No apology, just a look, a challenge. And Professor Thomas? He wasn't the type to let a student get under his skin. But she did. Not because she was perfect, because she wasn't. Because she was chaos wrapped in beauty, rebellion tucked beneath every smirk she gave him. And he wanted to break her open, slowly. Chapter 1. Temptation in a Tied Ribbon. She was the kind of girl who never asked for permission. He was the kind of man who never gave warnings. They collided. After class, when the hallway emptied and shadows stretched, he stayed behind. So did she. She brushed her hand over his desk, pretending to read something. He watched from the doorway. "You plan on stealing my notes, Miss Raines?" She smiled without looking. "Wouldn't need to. I've already memorized the way you speak." It wasn't about books anymore. That night, when she returned to her dorm, she found something strange in her bag. A scarlet ribbon tied into a tight bow with one small note. "Wear this if you want to play." She didn't sleep that night. She didn't need to. She had already dreamt of him, and now he was dreaming her back. Chapter 2. The Ribbon Rule. She wore it the next morning. Not in her hair, not around her neck, but tucked into the waistband of her skirt, just barely visible. And he saw it. The moment she stepped into his classroom, his eyes locked on it. Then on her. He didn't say anything, didn't have to. But when he called on her to read aloud, his voice was darker than usual. He spoke slow, measured. Submission is not surrender. It's focus, precision. It's power given, not taken. His eyes never left hers. The entire room faded. There were 20 other students, but the only two that existed were him and her. When class ended, everyone left. He stopped her at the door. "Stay." That one word was all it took. She turned, waited. He stepped closer, eyes unreadable. Then he brushed her wrist with the tips of his fingers. "You wore the ribbon." "I did." "Then next time, be careful where you place it." "Why?" she asked, her breath catching. "Because some men will take it as an invitation." "And you?" she asked, voice trembling slightly. He leaned in, close enough for her to feel the warmth of his breath against her cheek. "I don't take invitations. I write the rules." Chapter 3. Detention. She didn't know how fast she was falling until it was too late, until she received a note slipped into her locker. No name, just an address. Room 214, 7:30 p.m. Detention. But she hadn't done anything wrong. Not technically. She showed up anyway. The lights in the room were dimmed, the windows shut, the air thick with something unsaid. He stood near the desk, sleeves rolled up, hands folded behind his back like he was waiting for her to misstep. "Sit," she did. He walked around her chair slowly, watching, measuring. "You like games, don't you?" She didn't answer. "You like attention, eyes on you, praise, punishment." Still no reply. He leaned down, lips brushing the shell of her ear. "Good girls answer when they're spoken to." That's when she whispered, "Maybe I'm not a good girl." His breath hitched, and for a second, she saw something dangerous flash in his eyes. "Then I'll ruin you," he said softly, in the sweetest way possible. He didn't touch her, not yet, but he made her read from the book on his desk. Slowly, every word that rolled off her tongue felt like sin. And when she reached the last line, he spoke. Detention ends when I say it does. That was just the beginning. 3 chapters in, and she was already bending without being touched, craving without being kissed. He hadn't broken her yet, but he had marked her. Now every hallway, every lecture, every accidental brush of fingertips, they were all leading to something darker, something deeper, something neither of them could take back. Because in this game, rules will break, ribbons will tighten, and hearts, they'll shatter beautifully.